Two traders. Same account size. Same market. Same coins. After 6 months, one of them doubled their money. The other lost almost everything. They were not using different strategies. They were not using different platforms. The only difference was 5 simple principles that one of them followed, and the other completely ignored. These are not secret indicators. Not special signals. Not some paid course hidden behind a paywall. They are the fundamental rules of trading that profitable traders treat as non-negotiable. And today, you are getting all 5 of them. Free. Most beginner traders skip straight to the exciting part. Which coin to buy. When to enter. How much to put in. They watch chart analysis videos. They follow signal groups. They copy other traders. And they still lose money. Because they are building on a foundation that does not exist. Strategy without principles is like building a house on sand. The first storm, the first bad trade, and everything collapses. These 5 principles are the foundation. Get them right, and every strategy you learn from here will actually work. Principle 1. Never risk money you cannot afford to lose. This sounds obvious. But the number of people who trade with rent money, loan money, or money earmarked for something important is staggering. Here is what happens when you trade with money you cannot afford to lose. The moment the trade goes against you, even slightly, fear takes over completely. You make irrational decisions. You panic sell at the worst moment. Or you hold too long hoping for a recovery that never comes. The golden rule: only trade with money that if it disappeared tomorrow, your life would not change. This is called your risk capital. Everything else is off limits. Principle 2. Always use a stop loss. A stop loss is a preset price level at which your trade automatically closes, limiting your loss if the market moves against you. Let me tell you about Kevin. Kevin bought Ethereum at $2,000. He was confident it would reach $3,000. He had no stop loss set. Ethereum dropped to $1,600. Kevin held. It dropped to $1,300. Kevin still held, convinced it would bounce back. It dropped to $900. Kevin eventually sold at $900. A 55% loss on his entire investment. All because he had no exit plan for when things went wrong. A simple stop loss at $1,800 would have limited his loss to 10%. Painful, but recoverable. 55% is almost impossible to come back from. Every single trade you place must have a stop loss. Principle 3. Never risk more than 1 to 2% of your total account on a single trade. This is the rule that keeps professional traders alive in the market for years. Here is why it works. If you have a $1,000 account and you risk 2% per trade, your maximum loss on any single trade is $20. Even if you lose 10 trades in a row, you still have $800 left. You are still in the game. But if you risk 20% per trade, 5 losing trades and your account is essentially gone. Small consistent risks keep you alive long enough to find consistent profits. Big risks wipe you out before you ever get the chance. Principle 4. Do not fight the trend. There is an old saying in trading, the trend is your friend. And it is true. If Bitcoin has been steadily rising for 3 weeks, the probability of your buy trade succeeding is much higher than if you are trying to predict a reversal. Most beginners do the opposite. They see a coin that has been going up for weeks and think, it must be due for a drop soon. So they bet against it. And they get crushed as it keeps rising. Trading with the trend does not guarantee success. But it puts the probability on your side. And in trading, probability is everything. Principle 5. Control your emotions, or they will control your account. This is the hardest one. And the most important. There are 2 emotions that destroy trading accounts more than any bad strategy ever could. Fear and greed. Fear makes you sell too early, cutting profits short because you are scared the price will reverse. Greed makes you hold too long, turning a winning trade into a losing one because you wanted just a little more. The solution is simple to understand, but hard to practice. Set your target before you enter the trade. Set your stop loss before you enter the trade. Then let the trade play out. Do not move your targets because of emotion. Do not remove your stop loss because of hope. Stick to the plan. Professional traders are not smarter than you. They are more disciplined than you. That discipline is a skill, and it gets better with practice. Here is the bottom line. 5 principles. 1. Only trade with money you can afford to lose. 2. Always use a stop loss on every trade. 3. Never risk more than 1 to 2% per trade. 4. Trade with the trend, not against it. 5. Control your emotions before they control your account. Master these 5 before you worry about any strategy. Because strategy without these principles is just expensive gambling. In the next video, we get practical. I am going to walk you through setting up your Binance and Bybit accounts step by step. Everything you need to click. Everything you need to verify. Everything you need to know before you deposit a single dollar. Subscribe so you do not miss it. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 principles do you think is the hardest to follow? I want to know. See you in the next class.